What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Impact, and we are live and in living color with round 3 of 4. We've got Cruz on a teamer pile, aka Temur Scapeshift, against Jack on Ruby Storm. So thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate ya. Make sure if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss content, because we are coming out with content like this every single week. My name's Les Alex. I make magic content on YouTube as well. You can go subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Just search up Les Alex. But yes, it looks like Cruz is on a mulligan, and Jack is on 7, so we shall see how this one goes. Looks like Cruz is going to lead us off with a Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. Pass back to Jack. Before we get started, Jack plays with his lands in front. I realize, as does he and as does his opponent, that in competitive play, you're not allowed to play on coverage with your lands in front. However, this is just a Friday Night Magic, so we are not going to make him play with his lands in back. Cruz saying something to camera. I didn't catch what he said. So yeah, before you comment anything down below snarky about his lands being in front or the fact that they are whiteboarded, just know that we are aware of the rules. But yeah, as we get started, we're going to drop. Jack is going to drop down to 17. Shock fetch. Things are happening. We're going to strike it rich. Going to make a treasure and pass back. That is a mountain. And Cruz is going to pass right back. Let's see. Ooh, wow. Somebody really hit the rig there. All right. Scalding Tarn. We could potentially go for it here on turn 1. I don't know the makeup of Jack's hand, but potentially, he could try and go for it. Here's a mountain. That is a cool-looking mountain. I wonder what set that's from. It's really cool. I'm going to zoom in. Bloom Barrel. Wouldn't you know it? Alrighty. Mana Morphos. Draw a card. Elegant Parlor, I think, was a card drawn. Here is a Ral. Monsoon Mage, the brand new card that kind of helped kick this deck into action from Modern Horizons 3. Cruz is familiar with Storm, I will say. He used to play some Gift Storm back in the day. But yes, Zarohado, all of these matches will be on YouTube in due time. Reckless Impulse in response. Lightning Bolt. Lightning, lightning, lightning. Roll. Jack going to take a point of damage off of the Ral. Do we not have a green source here? Oh, no. They're Stomping Grounds. That's the wrong way. There we go. Down to 18. And there's Dryad of Elysian Grove. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Here it is for you fine folks at home. You may play an additional land each turn, and lands you control are basic land types of every type. Mountains are what is important for Cruz here. Elegant Parlor. And we're just going to cast the Ruby Medallion, which means Shatter Skull is going to go bye-bye. All right. I forget what the name of this card is, but I look at the top 4. And you get a land. Cruz offering Jack if he wants to cut. Jack declines. Dryad of Elysian Grove going to get into the red zone. Down at 13 goes Jack. Draws a land, I believe. So now we could be cooking here. Jack might have something. Uh-oh. That's the storm. That's the red mana tokens. Cruz knows how this goes. Just 1 red mana up. Although I guess with Dryad of the Elysian Grove, he could cast a counterspell off of that Valakut. We're going to start with a Pyretic Ritual. Past in Flames. All of the cards in Jack's graveyard now have flashback. From here, we'll go Manamorphose, gaining 2 red mana, drawing a card. All right, Desperate Ritual. Pretty good, pretty good. Not too shabby. Wish and Galvanic Relay off of the Reckless Impulse that was in the bin. We're having to think. I'm not quite sure. I know we got Desperate Ritual in hand for Jack. Looked like a couple of lands as well and a mystery card. Oh, Past in Flames, land, Ritual. So Wish could potentially get something interesting. We still have Pyretic Ritual and Strike It Rich in Jack's graveyard available for purchase if Jack wants to cast them. Jack's going to cast Galvanic Relay. Up to 5, down to 0. Now, Jack will be able to cast these next turn. So, pretty decent. Rin's Resolve, Strike It Rich, Grape Shot, and Ruby Medallion. We still have Wish available for next turn, too. And we are going to One Ring. And we're going to draw a card. Cruz is going to take a draw. 6 you down to 1 goes Jack. So we basically have to win the game here. If you're rooting for Jack, he's got to do it here. He's basically going to have to do it without Ral, because if you lose 1 coin flip, you are just dead. So let's see how Jack wants to start this turn. First off, we will start with a Desperate Ritual. Go to 1 Storm and 3 red mana. Next up. Yeah, doing this without Ral, pretty interesting. We do have the Grape Shot that we already have here, so, and we have a Past in Flames already in the bin, so another Ritual. So 2 Storm, 4 red, 3 Storm, 6 red. Can Rin's Resolve. Yep, there's Shatter Skull. And Ral. Ral, again, very risky. I don't think Jack's going to cast the Ral. We're going to Strike It Rich. It's basically a free storm. It gets you a treasure and gets you up 1 storm. Not sure why the camera's bopping and rocking and rolling so much and booping and bopping. All right, we are going to cast Past in Flames yet again. Down to 1 red, 5 storm. 6 and 3 off the ritual. Then we'll Manamorphose. Seven and 5. Draws a card. Strike a Rich again. Just a free storm. Gonna create the treasure. 8 storm. Ritual. Ritual. 10 storm, 9 red, I believe. Gonna strike it, Rich, flashback. Gonna cast Wish, maybe? Maybe not. He could wish for a grape shot and win the game, I believe. Assuming that Cruz doesn't have any free shenanigans. Any free counter magic, rather. Moving all this stuff around. All right. So, Galvanic Relay. Holy smokes. We're cooking if we get another turn. And to confirm, Cruz is at 18. Jack is at 1 here. Jack gonna count his library. See if he can Galvanic Relay again, potentially. Gonna consult the sideboard as well. Let's see. Not sure. He's got one red, 13 storm. He's got some mana to work with, some actual lands to work with. Galvanic Relay for 14. And he had the Thassa's Oracle. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. He made blue mana at some point. That's what the blue dice was. I didn't even catch that. So he wished for Thassa's Oracle off the Galvanic after Galvanic relaying all the cards away. That was hot. I hadn't seen that win from Gift Storm yet. That was awesome. So Jack gonna take game one here. Holy smokes, that was pretty cool to see. Make sure to comment down below if you dig that. That was sweet. So now Cruz gonna be on the play. Extra turn, empty the warrants. Yeah, so that was the old win condition, right? That was the old win condition. However, when you have a card that says win the game, one ring don't matter when the card says win the game. That was sick. That was sick. Both players sideboarding now. Cruz just messing up the entire battlefield. Hopefully they reset the life totals momentarily. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun things. Follow us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on Twitch and YouTube as well. But jack up a game. Both these players are 2-0 too. Usually round 3 I'll put on some 1-1s. The 1-1 that I picked actually got paired down. So because of that, we got some 2-0s. So we might be seeing whoever wins this match in the next round. So keep that in mind. If you're not a Scapeshift fan or a Ruby Storm fan, might be seeing it next round. Alrighty, both players gonna take their 7 cards. And hopefully they'll keep. Arboreal Grazer, going to put another land in play for Cruz. Pass back to Jack. Arid Mesa for Jack. And a pass right back to Cruz. All right, District. Surveil. Flare. Gonna sacrifice a green creature. And it's basically a cultivate. For free. There's an island. And a forest. And Cruz ends his turn. And Jack probably going to get... Yep, Surveil land. Alrighty. Here we go. After a fetch, we get to resolve this Surveil. Put that Sunbaked Canyon in the bin. Draws a card. I think Jack has a Static Prison in hand, which would be pretty good against any sideboard hate that could come his way from Cruz's deck. Down to 18 off the fetch. There's that mountain again. From Bloomborough. Really cool looking mountain. I mean, here's the thing. What are your thoughts on full art lands? I'm curious to know. What are your thoughts? Because me, they do them every set. They're not as special as they used to be. So I just stick with my John Avon ones, you know? Ooh. There is a haymaker in the ways of Chalice of the Void on 2 for Cruz. It's pretty darn good against Jack. Gonna shut off all his 2-drops. Is that, in fact, a static prison, though, in Jack's hand? If it is, I think he's got 2. That's going to take care of the Chalice. I could be mistaken, but we'll see. I think you definitely deploy that if you're Jack. Might be fetching. Down to 17 goes Jack. Another mountain. Another mountain. And static prison. We got a reader. Here is the static prison for those inquiring minds. It's a 1-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it O-rings, and you get 2 energy. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, sacrifice it unless you pay 1. Really good. Really good against Chalice, because the Chalice will re-enter with 0 counters on it. Hopefully, if you're Jack, your opponent will be dead by the time this static prison leaves the battlefield. All right, so Striker Rich. We're going to get in there with Ral. Down to 17. It's 17 all. There's a Kietra Triumph. And just a pass back. Jack gonna draw. I think he drew another static prison. Kind of flooding on prisons here. Ral gonna get in the red zone down to 16. So yeah, you can have that. We got 1 energy left. Maybe 2. Yeah, 2 is actually. Genesis. Look at the top 4. That's a land. Scapeshift. Kill you. Go to game 3. GG. And there you go. And just like that, we are going to game 3. That's how these decks work, you know? 1 minute you're live, the next minute you're dead. That's how this works pretty much. But thank you all so much as we go to game 3 here with Cruz and Jack in the feature match area here at Impact Gaming Center. I'm Les Alex. I'm your host tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, what are you doing? If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon. We come out with content like this every single week. So get in there, smash that subscribe button. But yeah, Cruz, Jack, both playing. Who lost? Jack lost. Cruz casted Scapeshift, and then the game ended. So that's how that works sometimes. So we'll be going to game 3 right now. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Alrighty. Jack will be on the play, I assume, for game number 3. We got a surveil land here. Gonna keep that on top. Cruz is gonna take his turn. Valakut pass. Back to Jack. And got a shock land inbound. Tap 1. Just kidding. Jack is having the Sacred Foundry intertapped. Makes sense. Makes sense. I'll update the life totals real quick. Damping Sphere. That's a good one. That's going to put a thorn in Jack's side here. We really need those static prisons now. Or else Cruz is going to just coast to a victory at this point. Is that a Ral? That could help things. Because if we Manamorphose here... Oh, we're going to Reckless Impulse. Okay, that makes sense. Try and find the prison. No dice, but we did find yet another Reckless Impulse. Oh, that's a Rin's Resolve. Sorry. I know the chat will destroy me if I get these cards that are essentially the same exact card mixed up. All right, Expressive Iteration. Going to come down here for Cruz. Going to land, yep. Play Kietra Trio. And pass back. So, probably just casting Rin's Resolve here. Trying to chase. Oh, still not being able to find it. That'll be that. Back to Cruz. Not looking good for Jack here. Desperately needs to find Static Prison. And at this point, Cruz has found yet another Damping Sphere. It might almost make sense to play the Damping Sphere. Oh, wow. He's got a Chalice of the Void as well. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah. Unfortunately for Jack, I think that, well. Play Steam Vents off of the Boreal Grazer, and there is the other Damping Sphere. Oh, and Jack just drew the Static Prison. That's brutal. So we will... Oh, he found another one. He found another one. Still, he'd have to use one this turn, I think. And now that Jack is kind of getting mana screwed here, yeah, I think that Cruz having 2 of these plus the Chalice in hand, it's just going to be too much because Jack doesn't want to get rid of the treasure token. So next turn... it's going to get even worse for him. Flare of Cultivation. Sack the Grazer. Go grab 2 lands. 1 enters the battlefield. 1 enters hand. What a great card for Scapeshift. What a great card. That is a forest. And I think he's got an island. Plays... Oh, that's a forest. Both forests. The One Ring. Slings it across the table at Jack. So Cruz will have protection. That was a RAL drawn. Just needs lands. Double static prison. Gonna take care of... But then you've got... I mean, Cruz has got it all here. 1 ring protection. 2 damping spheres. And a Chalice of the Void. Pretty rough. Static prison. Targeting what? Cruz says, sure. I think Jack has to fire off this other one. I think he just has to. Because if he waits, it doesn't get much better for him, I don't think. Stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Stuck between a sphere and a ring. Something, I don't know. I don't know what Cruz said. Staring into your soul. Cruz is staring into your soul there. I apologize. Static prison. That's yours. We're going to draw a card off of this. Well, let's see. Is Cruz going to win the game, or is... He's going to try. Play land. There's Escape Shift. Oh, do we not have enough lands? We might not have enough lands. Not sure what that card is. So many different versions. Oh, Coiling Oracle. Sure. So Cruz is going to say, is that it? I think he revealed the the Chalice, but that will be it, in fact. And Cruz going to take this one 2-1. Congrats, Cruz. He'll head on into the finals next round. I'm not sure. We might have 2 4-0s. So Cruz may or may not be in the future match area, but Cruz defeating Jack. Temur Pile, as he calls it, a.k.a. Temur Scapeshift, taking down Ruby Storm. And I think the camera curse is back on for Jack, unfortunately. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're watching live, we'll be back momentarily with round 4, the finals. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell icon. My name's Les Alex. Go check out my YouTube channel as well. We appreciate you, and we will be back on the other side of this short break.